Okay, so the research was conducted in 2013, and the Ethics and Research Advisory Group were used as a sounding board to help complete the questionnaires. 1,553 CMI members across all three sectors, that's public, private, and non-profit, participated. And effectively, the moral DNA is an adapted version where it looks to include the experience as part of the questioning when completing the online tool. It seeks to examine how managers prefer to make decisions and what values drive those decisions. And importantly, it looks to see the differences in decision making between managers and non-managers, and also the differences in how decisions are made in the workplace and how decisions are made in people's own personal lives. So what is the moral DNA? It's an online psychometric tool, and it basically looks into what values we prefer to consider when we're making any decisions. It's important to note that there's no positive or negative outcome as a result. It's just a descriptive output rather than a prescriptive one. Underpinning the questioning is effectively 3 ethical decision philosophies and 10 moral values, which I'll share in a slide further on. And it allows, and the output allows us to see the differences in how we make ethical decisions at work and how we make those same decisions in our personal lives. Okay, so from the 3 ethical perspectives, starting with the first one, the ethic of obedience is basically law, and basically in today's workplace, law helps drive, well, law in using law as an example, rules and regulations help drive what decisions are being made, and therefore actually removes the need for the individual to make those moral decisions. The ethic of care is based on the good for everyone, and that's for the individual and the group, and it's one that's based on empathy. It's typically one that's suppressed in organisations or ignored by organisations in the modern workplace. And then the last one is an ethic of reason, where it's based on logic, so a critical reasoning by an individual person, irrespective of the rules or consequences, are used to help reach decisions. So then we have the 10 moral values, which actually underpin the 3 ethical perspectives, and these are driven. These effectively help drive the decision and can be seen on the screen. I won't go over them in individual detail. You can see they're fairly self-explanatory. Okay, so as a result of completing the questions, it effectively gives out a different ethical perspective when making a different ethical preference when making decisions, rather than saying one character is better than another. At a high level, those characters can be explained, or can explain those characters in better detail. So philosophers, for example, are good at solving complex issues but will break the rules if required. Judges are good at solving complex dilemmas but lack the empathy towards to individuals or people within the team. Angels do care about others but tend to give people the benefit of doubt. Teachers do what's right but may break the rules. Enforcers help obey the law but don't really have the empathy towards individuals. And guardians protect and tell us off for our own good but may not consider important principles such as freedom and trust as a result. We as a group tried to complete the test, and it worked for some but it failed for others, probably some sort of IT issue. But we collectively agreed that actually, depending on the circumstance, you could be any one of the characters at a given time. Thank you.